All right. Welcome to both mics.
Hey, folks. Welcome to Both Mics, a show about nothing and everything. That is Mike Sofka.
Who you can't see because there's a
Over there.
thing there, but yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, hi. How are you? How you doing, buddy?
I'll be here in a second, I promise.
All right.
I'm trying to be.
And I am Mike Taylor, and together we're Both Mics.
Yes, that is correct.
Welcome to show number 53.
Yes.
Both Mics heard everywhere podcasts can be heard. iHeartRadio, live every Friday night. It's a little Mike Sofka. It's a little guy. It's a little guy. How are you? Yeah, twitch.tv/both mics. Which, dude, for some reason I'm thinking we're not broadcasting on there right now.
It says we're live.
Okay, but I don't think we're connected to Both Mics on Twitch. Because usually it'll say live, and I can click on it, but it's not clicking on it.
Maybe it's going to take a second?
Well, it's been a few seconds already. Oh, just clicked on Tom and Dan. There we go, Both Mics. Yeah, I don't know, Bob. I hope we're recording on your end there.
Yeah, it says live, so hopefully it'll record. And if not, well, we'll just have another lost episode somewhere.
Yeah, well, you can watch it on YouTube, but our last episode was a great episode if you missed it.
Yes.
And
so
if it's lost forever, you lose too, because it was really good.
Yeah, don't. So don't watch this one. Go back and watch the last one.
Go back and wait for the other one. And we're on twitch.tv/both mics, and everywhere podcasts can be heard. If you know some kind of, look in the upper, actually you can't look in the upper right corner because, we've screwed it up and can't see.
Yeah, you can. Look.
All right.
There you go.
Spotify, Bean Pod, Listen Note, Castro.
Bean Pod.
YouTube.
What are you, friggin' 90? Bean Pod?
Podbean?
Yes.
Really? We're on Facebook too?
Yes.
Holy crap. Oh, yeah. How about that? Never mind.
We're everywhere.
And anywhere, Stitcher. Anywhere you can find podcasts, we are there. We're like dirt. We're everywhere.
So this is at episode 53, I think, right?
Yeah, I did say 53. While you were trying to find out where your picture was, I finished 53. Which is that a prime number? 53 is a prime number? 53 is a prime number.
I don't know. It's all math. It's all fake. I don't know.
Yeah, 52 is not. 53 is a prime number. 51 is not, because 3 times 17 is 51.
Trying to pull up my show notes, and of course that's when the computers, just like the intro here, started to.
Yeah.
So check this out.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, you're gonna like this one a lot. This one will get us in trouble, I know for sure. This is an accidental discovery. Hints at an hidden object population of cosmic objects.
Okay.
Brown dwarfs aren't quite stars and aren't quite planets, and a new study suggests there might be more of them lurking in our galaxy than scientists previously thought.
Okay.
They had me at brown dwarfs. All I could think about was that little midget guy that played in Bad Santa. You know what I'm talking about?
Brown dwarf.
Brown dwarf, yeah. So that's what I was thinking. I didn't know it was going to be a whole situation with stars and planets and all that stuff. So it's crazy.
Interesting. Will these brown dwarfs be in Christmas movies too?
That's what I'm saying. Nicknamed the accident. They give you the coordinates here. That's not going to mean much to most of us.
Nice.
The accident is a brown dwarf. So there you go. The accident is a brown dwarf.
That's very, very derogatory and negative.
Though hey, it's not me. I'm reading this. This is according to phys.org, so it must be true.
And so, it's a very popular website.
While brown dwarfs sometimes defy characterization, astronomers have a good grasp on their general characteristics, or they thought they did till they found this one. The accident got its name after being discovered by sheer luck. It slipped past normal searches because it doesn't resemble any of the over 2,000 brown dwarfs that have been found in our galaxy. I'm thinking, are they remaking a black version of The Wizard of Oz here? Is that what we're doing with all these brown dwarfs?
Brown dwarfs. I don't know. It doesn't seem like everything that's like out there is discovered by accident.
Yes.
Like aspartame, with it not sweet and low, but the other one, I don't know, sucralose, the little blue packet.
Post-its. How about Post-it notes? That was an accident, right?
That was an accident. Play-Doh, accident. So yeah, aspartame. They were trying to.
A lot of us were born by accident. Or conceived by accident.
Yes, correct.
Nice.
Yeah.
Go ahead before I cut you off. Go ahead.
I forget what I was saying. Oh, aspartame. They were in a laboratory trying to like find a cure for cancer or something, and this guy burned himself on a test tube, and he's like, "Ow!" And he put his finger in his mouth to cool it off quick. And he's like, "Oh wow, that's sweet."
Wow.
And they were like, "Well, will it kill you?" And he's like, "No." He's like, "Well, package that shit." and here we are 15, 20 years later, and it comes out, it will kill you. So
I used to do stuff like that in science class. Like the teacher wouldn't be in right away, so I'd go to the back in the chemistry lab and I'd open up a jar. It had some white shit in it, and I could tell what it was. Like it was, some sort of sucrose or fructose or something like that. And most people weren't smart enough to figure out that was just like a sugar. So I'd reach my hand in there, pull out a chunk, and pop it in my mouth. People were like, "Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing?" What?
Right?
What? Tastes good. What?
Yeah. Well, that's like was it silver nitrate? You take that and you put it on your skin, and it turns your skin black, like black.
Here you go. Are you trying to make more brown dwarfs, Mike? What are you doing?
Yeah. Christ, and people like, and of course, the teacher's always like, "Oh, you can't touch this stuff. Don't put this stuff on your skin." Blah 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 blah.
That's the first thing you do when the server tells you don't touch the plate. It's hot. What do?
Right.
You touch the plate.
You stick your finger in it, and then you stick your tongue on it. You stick your tongue on it, and if it passes those two tests, then you stick your dick in it, right? Is that how it works?
Well, that's what the server and the chefs do on the back there.
Exactly. Yeah. Need some extra garlic salt on there.
Oh my God! Stellar collision triggers. Hold on, pop-ups covering my headline here. Stellar collision triggers supernova explosion. This is the first time we've actually seen such an event. This is supposed to be a supernova in action there. To me, it looks like a couple of them angelfish swimming around in a tank with a good filter on.
Yeah, it looks like an Avatar, like the freaking ABBA world tour that's going to happen.
ABBA. In the last show, we talked about ABBA of all things, so go back and listen to that if you haven't yet. But yeah, that's a new cover for the ABBA album. No.
Right? Jesus. Yeah, the avatar of two freaking angelfish.
This is according to SciTechDaily.com. Astronomers have found dramatic evidence that a black hole or a neutron star spiraled its way into the core of a companion star and caused that companion to explode as a supernova. The astronomers were tipped off by data from the Very Large Array Sky Survey, a multi-year project using the National Science Foundation's Carl G. Jansky Very Large Array. Basically, they theorized this could happen for a while, and now they got evidence that this happened.
Okay, so
why am I bringing this up? Because when you look up into the sky and you see shit like this with your naked eye, fucking run.
Right.
I mean, what are you going to do? You look out and you look up in the sky above your house. That's what you see. What are you going to do?
Go to McDonald's to get an ice cream cone? Maybe.
Oh, it's probably working then.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. I like how we keep bringing up last show. This is great.
Well, yeah, it was only literally last show. It's our ADD. Everything comes full circle eventually.
Right. Right. All right. So I'm looking at this, and I am getting a text here. It looks like our guy Mikestradamus is going to be here any minute. So
he's early today, huh?
Let me get his music queued up and all that, because he gets upset when I don't have his shit together. Let's see.
Right, well, he needs to get his shit together.
And the intern just got back from the coffee break, so the intern's going to be able to interact with him. I can't wait. It's going to be great. All right, so I'm getting the music going. Let me get his card up. Greetings, young Michael. How are you?
Mikestradamus, how are you? How's the carpet?
I'm wonderful. The carpet is as fast as always. And, hey, have that intern ready to go when I get ready to leave here, will you?
All right, we'll have to talk about that, buddy. But ladies and gentlemen, this is a very exciting night. We have a very special guest with us this evening. We have a guest from the East, the famous safari guide, an all-knowing, all-seeing, and omniscient gentleman and former counter server from the Twisty Tree in Ocoee, Florida. I give you Mikestradamus.
I'm wearing my Jiffy Pop turban today.
Welcome, Mikestradamus. We have been waiting to hear your infinite wisdom. I have your envelopes right here, sir.
Thank you.
They are hermetically sealed and have been stored in a mayonnaise jar at the Tulsa Zoo here in Tulsa, Oklahoma since noon today. No one knows the contents of these envelopes but you and your borderline and divine wisdom. Without ever seeing the contents of these envelopes, you and you alone actually know the answers to the questions inside these envelopes.
Yes, I do, young Michael. I present to you
your first envelope.
Let me reach over here. Okay. Got it. Yeah, we're a little bit further of a reach this week. A big gap in between there. Speaking of which, I think you scan your phone on that crap or something, right?
Yes. Right between us here on the twitch.tv/both mics, you'll find a little QR code type thing. You just go ahead and scan that on your phone, and you'll get everything.
What if I'm watching this on my phone?
If you're watching it on your phone?
You're screwed. Get another phone and take a picture of it.
I don't know. It turns into a brown dwarf planet and gets sucked into the shake machine at McDonald's.
I and I alone know the answers to the questions in these envelopes. I give you the first answer.
Yes. So
COVID-19. COVID-19.
COVID-19. Oh.
You open the envelope here. What did Paul Stanley give Gene Simmons for Rosh Hashanah this year?
The Rockstar version.
You know, that's not too funny because now we got to pay Gene Simmons money for that joke.
Right? Yeah. Checks in the mail.
Nice. You have another question for me, young Michael.
I do. It's right here.
Perfect. Let me reach through here. Get it. Oh, got it. Okay. That's a long reach, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
The answer to the question in the envelope is 50 Cent and Nickelback. 50 Cent and Nickelback. Two performers I love, by the way.
50 Cent and Nickelback.
That's right. What
Cent.
concert cost only 45 cents?
Nice. That's a good one.
Hey. May you live in infamy in the Bad Joke Museum. How about that? You have one more for me, the final one.
I have your last right here.
Got my Jiffy Pop turban a little crooked on that one.
Okay. Sorry about that there, big guy.
The answer is a shack, a whack, and a guy on crack.
A shack, a whack, and a guy on crack.
Correct. Let me open this up here.
Open that up.
Check the glasses for this. Shaquille O'Neal, Courtney Love, and Marion Barry.
Which would be a shack.
Something tells me I did that one backwards. I don't care. Hey, right. May the rest of your... You know what? Let me just scrap this bit. This is nothing. I'm going to play the music. Mikestradamus out.
See ya!
Why is he saying you grabbed him? He's saying you grabbed him first. He said, you said, are you a push button or a pull start? and then you grabbed hold of him by the wiener to see if he had a pull start. What am I supposed to do about that now? I don't care if you're calling John Morgan. Go ahead and call him.
Was he a sissy man?
He's a sissy man. That's correct.
Where
the hell were we? That was a train wreck.
You know what? Actually, I'm going through my stuff that I have in front of my computer here, and I came across my receipt from lunch yesterday.
Did you spend the full 40?
No. As you may know or may not know, I'm a very picky eater. I like everything that's not good for me, and I'm not a fan of things that are good for me.
Right.
Not trying to protest good food, just that I don't like it. You know,
sure.
People love broccoli and crap like that. No. So yesterday, lunch comes at the training, and it is from, I don't even know where the hell it was from, but it had mayonnaise all over it. It was mayonnaise, chicken salad, and all kinds of crap. And I'm like, yeah, not happening. So I got my phone out, Googled the perimeter of where I was at, and came out there was a Hooters right across the street.
So you got Hooters to go?
No, I actually sat there and ate.
Oh, okay, good. At least you...
Probably haven't been to Hooters since like 2003.
Yeah?
Yeah, and it was probably the one over on Kirkman by Universal Studios in Orlando.
I was just over there. I was just there.
Yeah. Went there with some people, actually, someone you know, who's a real estate agent now.
Yeah.
And I went yesterday, and first thing I noticed, they had the boneless wings and French fries and a soda for like $11.99. Perfect. Boom. It's real simple. They're probably gonna make it for me in like 5 minutes. I'll be out the door. So I go in. I get seated. And it takes forever for the waitress to come over, and she has the usual, orange tiny shorts and the white top, and the jacked up boobs and all that, and not impressed with any of the staff there. So I'm like, whatever. I'm not here for the staff.
So how did she greet you? Did she come up to you and go, "Oh, I'm so glad you guys are here. Everyone else here is so lame, but you guys are cool," as she sat next to you waiting for your order?
Yeah, no. She wrote her name on the napkin and what can I get you, blah blah blah. And like right off the bat, she got my soda wrong, so no big deal. But whatever. No brain surgery happening at Hooters.
Nice.
So I start to look around, and I get the feeling that like I'm at a strip club. Because it's little islands of single guys. It's like two guys over here, but there's one guy here, 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 and like, yeah, a lot of fluorescent yellow T-shirts and safety vests and stuff like that at the Hooters there in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And it was sad. It was real sad. It was like being in a strip club during the day with just like sad people that don't have jobs and they're just hanging out.
It's like when you're walking through the casino Tuesday, 4 p.m. It's so filled with smoke and old people pissing away their retirement, nickel at a time, quarter at a time.
Oh God! The other night there was a woman, probably late 30s, playing a slot machine, and her husband / boyfriend / whoever, like over her shoulder, like watching her play the slot machine. And the first thing that just came to mind, I'm like, they're pissing away their rent money. They're not fucking paying. They're trying to get money for rent, but meanwhile, the little bit of money they have, they're pissing away their rent money for September. That's exactly what threw in my head.
We have $482. If I buy 482 lottery tickets, we got a better chance.
Right, exactly. And we need to win something because rent is $800. So we take the $481 and we go to the casino. We can make that money. We can make more than $800, and we'll have some for groceries, and we'll pay our rent for the month.
They would be better off putting it all down on the roulette wheel, red or black. Just letting it ride one time. It's like a coin flip.
Don't waste your time at the fucking at the slot machine.
Yeah, you're just gonna get angry. You're just gonna get mad, and you're gonna slowly piss it away. Yeah, at least this way, it's like a quick death. It's rather than a slow grinding death.
Yeah. Well, I went with $200, and I left with $200.
Yay! All right, good for you.
And my first bet, I took $100. I got $5 chips.
Yeah.
I put all $25 chips on the roulette board, and it freaking lost.
Oh.
And I'm like, well, there goes $100. So then I went for ones. I did I got 100 $1 chips,
Yeah.
and
You felt like you had more money that way.
Yeah, well, no, but I figured, I'm not going to leave now. I've been here 5 minutes. I'm not going to turn around and take a Lyft / Uber home or back to the hotel. I'm gonna hang out. So I went with another $100 and got singles.
Did you back it up and start to play slower and get more free drinks?
Yeah. I didn't drink at all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And speaking of not drinking, all right, the cocktail waitress, like she'll come behind you while you're sitting at the, and she'll make this weird noise. She's like, Earth? I'm like, she did it twice. I'm like, what is there a seal bartender?
She used to work at the Chinese drive-thru I went to on the last show there.
Yeah, and she did come by and say, "You here for an hour? You go."
Nice. So no drink at all. Not even a Coke.
No drinking, and they do have soda machine there. You can, like a fountain where you can get free Coke or whatever.
Coke no ice.
Coke no ice or Diet Coke no ice.
Yes.
But I like being at a roulette table that no one else is there, so I can kind of reach around and place my bets and stuff.
Easy. This is a kid show. Reach around.
Well,
stop.
So there's a guy at the other table. There's two roulette tables next to each other, and he comes over, and just by looking at him and prejudging, he appeared to be Filipino.
Filipino?
No problem. Asian, Asians love their casinos.
Nice, lumping them all in one big. Now you're trying to, instead of just offending the Filipinos, now you're trying to offend all Asian minorities. This is good.
Yes,
this is good. It's Mike_Taylor at both Mikes.com.
And yeah, I check my email all the time.
Okay, good.
So he comes over and drops $300 on the table. I'm like, oh, okay, no big deal. I see that happen all the time. Right. Then the girl running the dealer, she goes, "Are you playing on this table too?" And he's like, "Yeah." And she's like, "You can only play at one table at a time. You can't place bets at both tables." Okay. So he goes back to his table, and he's he's like over there for 10 seconds tops, and grabs some of his chips, and I could still see he had chips over there, and comes over and puts the $300 back on the table. And she's like, "You all done over there?" He goes, Yeah. Next thing I know, they're like, "Okay, hey, we need you over here." And she's like, "Wait, you got chips over there too?" And she says, "Don't come back here until you're done over there." So she's still holding the $300. He walks back over. She's like, to the pit boss. She's like, "What do I do with this $300?" She's like, "I'll just put it right here." So eventually he comes over, and he gets his $300 in chips. And of course, they give you specific roulette chips, and they only have like $175 in roulette chips.
Wow, they're not even the same chips table game to table game. They're different for each game.
Well, you have your ones, your fives, your 25, 50. When you actually play roulette. When you play roulette, you don't play with standard ones, fives, 25s, or hundreds.
Yeah.
They give you specific roulette chips, which are a vast, like 10 different colors.
Nice.
So I was yellow, and he was purple. And they give him all the purple chips they have, and then, of course, house money on top of it because he handed over cash. This guy takes all $300 and places it on different numbers and in between and in the fours, just in the last third of the roulette table. So I guess that's number like 23 or 25 through 36. He puts nothing on number 24 through 1 and 0 and 00. And she spins the ball, and he loses. So she pulls away his $300. He reaches in his pocket and pulls out another $300. Do it again, he loses. He pulls another $300 out of his pocket and loses again. Then he pulls another $300 out of his pocket. So he's into his for $1,200.
Wow.
All crisp $100 bills.
Wow.
Mr. Filipino. And the way he's stacking these chips, he's putting the $1 chips and he's throwing his $5 and $25 chips in there with it. And he finally wins. And she has to count out this money to him. And I was like, this is a freaking logistical nightmare.
Nice.
This poor girl. So, he has his straight bets, and then he has his corner bets, And then he has his dual bets.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's 3 different things, and he has 1s, 5s, and 25s on each one of these bets. So he probably won back like $500.
Yeah. Yeah, I can remember if you bet on a straight number, it's 37-1. So if you hit the number, you're doing pretty good there. But I guess red or black is only 1-1, maybe. I don't know if you're.
Yeah. And then you have 3-1 on a third of the board. Odds and evens are the same as black and red.
You should have asked him if he was any good at playing Pai Gow. Isn't that the game, the Asian game, Pai Gow in the casino?
What's the word? Baccarat? They like Baccarat.
Do they?
Yeah.
Listen to how racist we are, telling you what kind
it's
they
not
like.
Racist. There's stereotypes for a reason.
All right, I put a picture of Zales up here, and the reason I did this is mall jeweler Signet. Their sales are soaring. Signet is the parent company of Zales and Pandora.
Zales?
You know, does your wife have a Pandora bracelet or no?
Of course, yes, I bought her one.
Yeah. No, I tried to get mine one year, and she told me absolutely not. Because it's a system. It's a systematic scam, dude. It's crazy. They're guaranteed to get the money from you every year.
Your wife is not a Pandora kind of girl.
Yeah, no, she's not. I don't get it.
And of course they get you coming and going.
Yeah.
So yeah, when Xander was born, I got her the Pandora charm, the little Z.
Yeah.
We went to Disney World. We got the little Cinderella's castle.
Exactly. Nice. They got you everywhere. Everywhere you go, they got you.
Yep.
Well, listen, according to CNNBusiness.com, they say call it love in the time of COVID. Those TV commercials for Jared and Kay, where every kiss begins with a K, may be cheesy, but they're working. Millennials looking to get hitched and flocking to mall-based jewelry chains for engagement rings, and that's the great news for the parent company, Signet. I'm surprised that millennials know how to get to the fucking mall.
Right.
They know what a mall is. They know where it is. They know how to use it. How is that possible?
There's a mall like 2 blocks away from this hotel, and it's empty. It's startling how big the parking lot is. It's a vast asphalt wasteland. But yeah, Zales, they own, like, I think Kay and Zales and Jared, I think they're all like the same company.
Yeah, I think it's where they get all the rocks from is that company called De Beers.
De Beers, yeah.
And then De Beers, you know what they do? They film a reality show about them finding diamonds and digging up diamonds with, like, they get the Black Tribe people to get in there and dig the holes for real cheap, and then they get the diamond and then they fucking give them pennies on the dollar and then they fucking leave and sell it to the jewelry store chain.
Yeah, well, it's not that easy. It goes through like 10 middlemen before it gets to the jewelry store.
Well, Signet, the parent company here for Zales and so forth, their stock is up more than 200% so far this year.
Wow.
So there's something to it. I mean, they're selling some rocks, I guess. Hey, there you go. You want it, that can be the starter program for your job at Zales. If you can sell rocks on the street corner, you can sell them inside this nice building with air conditioning.
All right, entry level at Zales, we got to send you over to Kalamazoo, Mexico, or Kalamazoo, freaking Africa, and you're going to be digging.
We need you to go downtown where the streets have numbers and directions and start selling some of these rocks.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, we get you to dig here in Kalamazoo, Africa, and once you dig up 10 pounds of diamonds, then we're gonna promote you.
Check this out. Samsung. Now this is according to ARSTechnica.com. Samsung building the world's highest resolution phone camera sensor at, guess how many megapixels?
52.
Higher.
I know. Yeah.
200 megapixels.
Wow. Like, does it get to the point where it's like beyond our vision?
Pretty soon you're going to push a photographic button on your phone, and what do they call that? Like they did the dead celebrities who perform, like Tupac performs with the
holographs.
Yeah, so you're going to take a picture of something, it's going to become a holograph that you can automatically pull up on your phone. Watch.
What is our eyesight in megapixels?
Oh, so you're saying that at a certain point we as humans can't perceive that amount of
Correct.
megapixels?
All right, and I didn't know what the number was, but I knew that we actually have a megapixel number for our eyesight.
Okay.
According to scientist and photographer Joe Roger Clark, the resolution of the human eye is 576 megapixels.
That's pretty good.
That's huge when compared to 12 megapixels on your iPhone 7 camera. This is back August 1st, 2019, reported on Discovery.com. How good is 576 megapixels? Blah 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 blah. It's greater than a 8K TV. So right now TV is at 4K. So I guess when we finally get to 8K on television, that's where it's going to top out. So I'm sure it's not going to go from 4 to 8. It'll probably go 4 to 5 to 6 to 7.
That's why they're doing this stuff with Starlink, and that's why Starlink's going to put up another 32,000, and that's why they're going to go right to what is it? It's no longer 5. They're going to go to 6 now. What's the shit? Why can't I think of the name of that thing? 5G. No longer 5G. It's going to go 6G.
Yeah.
Because they're going to need that for digital currency. They need that much speed. But they're looking at this. According to ARS Technica, they're closing with saying Samsung says its 200 megapixel sensor is in sampling right now. We're sure some Android OEM will take the company up on the offer soon. So they're saying that the technology's out there. You're not going to get it on your phone. Most phones have somewhere between 11 and 18 on the megapixels, they say.
Yeah, I think mine's like 12. I was impressed with 3 and 4 megapixel. You know, back in the day when you had a 4x6 photograph.
Well,
but now everything's bigger.
Well, that's just like a thing. Like, I mean, okay, let's say there's a person that's born blind and they don't know anything different. Then all of a sudden you have the medical capacity to restore their eyesight. Would they know what they're looking at now? Can they perceive immediately, or is it going to take a whole bunch of time, I would guess, to perceive what you're seeing? Because if you have your eyes closed, it's like listening to the guy on the podcast or the radio. You have a mental vision of what things are going to look like. Now when you go to YouTube or Twitch and you go, holy shit, that guy's a lot shorter and fatter than I thought he was. You know, I get it, you know, because you have a mental image of what people look like. So
well, here's the thing. I thought of this either yesterday or the day before. I was seeing one of those videos that come up on Facebook of people hearing for the first time. All right, you've never heard before in your life, and they put this ocular implant or cochlear implant in the back of your head, or they do something surgically, and all of a sudden they have a switch at the doctor's office, and they turn it on, and they say to the person, you know, can you hear me? That person who's never heard before has no idea what that can means. You hear me means.
Right.
You know, can you imagine that? Like people just start talking to you after decades of being on the planet and not knowing, you know, what words sound like.
Crazy stuff, man.
Yeah,
it's freaking crazy. So, I'm looking a little further here, and there's a way now. I see you wear the corded pods in your ear with the little microphone piece hanging down. Do you ever wear the wireless ones?
Believe it or not. Now here's the thing. This particular one came with the my telephone, my cell phone telephone.
Right. Yeah.
My cell phone.
Well, you and I are the same, because I'm not buying cordless. I mean, I want them, I need them. I'm probably going to have to end up buying them sooner or later. I'm probably going to stop making a wired one.
Here's the thing. For tonight, I just wanted something I could plug in and make sure that it works. I don't need Bluetooth or anything to screw us up halfway through the program.
Exactly.
I've had this phone for, I don't know, 2 years, maybe 3 years.
Yeah.
And I actually took this out of the package. It was in a cellophane package. So this is the first time I'm ever using this type of thing with this little microphone here. You know, how it sounds on your end, I hope it sounds decent. But I do have this. This is one of those wireless ones.
Yeah.
And it Bluetooths to the you know, I don't it Bluetooths to my phone. I'm using my laptop, so I'd have to make this somehow connect to my laptop without connecting to my phone. Do I want to deal with it? No. So I just I wore this one. I brought it purposely for this reason last week when I packed to come here to Oklahoma.
Well, I put a picture up there if you're watching us on twitch.tv/bothmics or on Facebook or YouTube or something. The picture is the wireless. You're probably listening to us and you're going, these old guys, they don't know what the hell they're talking about. That's the shit I wear. Okay, here's what happens. You're spending $200 on those things, and they're friggin' great until you lose them, because then you got to pay another $200 or so. So
my wife and I, we call them something about Mary headphones.
Right.
It looks like there's something, in your hair or in your ear that someone put there.
Well, supposedly on a lot of these now, especially the true iPhone type ones, when you load them up the first time, like on your phone, they're saying don't use a username to load them up. Use your email. This way, if you lose them, whoever pops them into their head is going to see your email, and that's like a warning to them, and that's like a thing that says, hey, maybe you should give these back. It doesn't say that, but they're saying that that's what they're looking for. So if you ever lose them, the hopes that you're, instead of naming them my earbuds or whatever, you name them your email. This way, if you ever do lose them and somebody goes to use them, they can see your email and they can get in touch with you. That's what they're hoping. Do you think that's going to work?
No, because if someone went as far as to put them in their pocket and take them and essentially steal them.
Well, maybe you left them on the table. Maybe you were at McDonald's enjoying an ice cream. Well, that's not true because the friggin' machine's not working.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah, if picture, you leave them laying somewhere on a desk, on a counter. How many times have you been somewhere with a bottle of water and then you turn around and get it and you're like, fuck, where'd I put that bottle of water? And you're like, well, it's gone now,
You're hanging out on Chick-fil-A on a Sunday.
With your skateboard.
Now, here's the thing. What you need to do is you need to not name them, Mike's headphones or earbuds or your email address. You need to name it, listen, asshole, the cops are on their way.
That's what
you need to name it.
At gmail.com.
Look behind you. There's the cops. People.
Oh, man, that's funny stuff. Well, I got a sad picture of Brittney here.
Uh-oh.
Doesn't she look like she's giving, like, the fake smile?
Looks like she's taking a shit.
She's got, like, that fake smile going on her face.
And where's her other strap?
Right? Yeah, she's probably strapped that on somewhere, I'm sure. She's been cleared in that battery situation. Remember, she supposedly slapped her maid or something?
Right, yeah, an assistant.
So now it's all gone away after an investigation. Translation, she's managing the money now. She figured out where the checkbook was, and she started writing checks. That's what I
started writing zeros.
Yeah.
Unreal.
I'm going to put a piece of paper out here. You tell me when it's done. She's 39, and she was accused of slapping a cell phone out of her housekeeper's hand on August 16th, 2 weeks after the staffer took the toxic singer's dogs to a veterinarian and did not bring them back home.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are they gone forever?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to get into the dog story. That's going to sound like Paris Hilton or something, but...
Yeah, no, it was like someone stole the dogs or something.
Kidnapped them for ransom or whatever.
Yeah,
and that guy ended up getting shot.
Yeah, probably her housekeeper's nephew or something.
But doesn't she look kind of rough? I mean, she looks like... I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to pick... Oh, don't you pick on Brittney? Whatever, okay? I'm just... She doesn't... She's like... I read people's faces. I can tell when people are lying to me. That's what I had to do in part of my career. I managed to do that very, very well. I could tell when people were lying to me. I could tell by the look on their face what they were meaning or what they are not saying, by the look on their face. Maybe some body language as well. She's not a good poker player. Look at that smile. She's like, oh my God, I was dealt a royal flush. I don't know what to do now. Do I bet it all? Do I fold? What do I do? And she's got the fake smile on.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. That is like a 1/16 or a 1/60th of a second snapshot of her life. The next photograph or the photograph before could look completely different. She could have been just talking or something.
She could have been holding in a fart or something.
And that's what I think she was doing. Probably holding in a fart because the way her hands are there.
She's wearing a dress that would have flew up nicely, I'm sure.
Yeah.
There goes the dress. Nice.
But yeah, it's just a matter of when the picture was taken.
Bonnaroo. You heard of Bonnaroo, right?
I have.
My kid goes every year. He proposed to his now wife. They're up there right now. Not at Bonnaroo.
Candy bar.
Yeah, not at Bonnaroo. It's canceled.
Uh-oh.
It got canceled last year because of COVID, and this year, 2 nights and the night before Bonnaroo was supposed to start here, the Ida flew through Tennessee.
Oh,
and
wow,
the
right?
grounds are, it's like muck. It's like mud. They're just, I thought, wow, this is going to be great. I'm going to tune in. There's going to be mud, people sliding in the mud and all that stuff, like old school concerts. But no, they're like, yeah, the stages are unsafe. Everything's bad. No Bonnaroo. So
wow,
people made the pilgrimage all the way there. My kid did as well. He drove all the way there and, was camping out and all this stuff. So crazy.
What part of, was it like Nashville or Memphis?
I think it's not far from Nashville.
Okay.
But
yeah, those stages, there was like 10 years ago, there was an epidemic of these stages falling apart and blowing away in the wind. I think Cheap Trick had a close call with one of those stages about 10 years ago.
At a show I almost went to, I remember.
Wow.
In Canada, I was like, well, I've never seen a show in Canada. Let's do that. Now, I mean, it was in the planning stages, but it got squashed at the last minute. Something called work got in the way, and I was like, fuck that.
J-O-B.
Yeah. Fucking fire me. How about that? Yeah. So, yeah, power and water outages still affecting thousands of people in that area. Now the region's under a heat advisory, which if you're not familiar with the South and you live in Alaska or Canada, and we got friends in Canada, how you doing? I know. I'm looking at this. They're saying with humidity, it could feel like 106 degrees. Now, you take that from the moisture that's going to start evaporating, it feels like you're in a friggin' sauna. That's what we deal with in Florida every afternoon in the rain.
Yep.
So I get it. So yeah.
It was yesterday we walked out of work and it was like 103 degrees, but it was dry. It wasn't too humid, and everybody's like, "Oh, I can't believe how hot it is." And I'm like, "All right."
You haven't been to Disney behind a Turkish guy in July,
right next to a French guy. Yeah, and then today we walked out. It was 88 degrees. I'm like, really? And where are they from? Oh, Indiana. One's from Indiana. Another one was from New York, and then one person from Georgia. And me and the Georgia person looked at each other like, really? 88 degrees and dry, and you're bitching?
That's funny.
God. You ever walk outside and have a wet blanket thrown on you? A hot wet blanket. Yeah, been there.
Well, it's been a relatively dry news cycle, pardon the expression there, with the Bonnaroo stuff and the drenching and the water and all that shit, but I can relate. Slow news cycle. Seth Rogen has shaved his beard and cut his hair short.
Oh, Lord. He looks like Pauly Shore.
Scary, huh?
He looks like Pauly Shore.
He looks like that guy that's down the street that turns out to be the psycho killer.
Right.
Or the guy that he was always nice giving candy to the kids. Then he gets arrested for molestation. They find 6 bodies in his backyard.
Right. He's got a 55-gallon drum of acid where he's melting people. Wow.
He takes his laptop into Best Buy to discover 4,000 terabytes of kitty porn.
What's he wearing? Has he got like a Jedi robe on?
To me, it looks like an old man sweater, like Joopy, my neighbor.
Cardigan.
He's only 39.
Wow. So he should date Brittney Spears.
Right, exactly. 2 nut jobs. There you go.
He doesn't need her money. She don't need his money.
So being he's given up that rough hairstyle and the beard, I mean, look, I get it. I used to hate facial hair, but then it kind of grew on me. Thank you. I'll be here all week. No, seriously. I wrote that joke down so I wouldn't forget it, by the way.
Nice.
Do you think this hurts his career or helps his career, or do you give a damn?
I'm guessing he probably cut it for a role that he's going to be doing. And B, I don't give a damn. And C, he has an awful lot of gray hair for 39 years old.
Yeah. He definitely looks like, I don't know, it looks like his mom, it looks like his wife should be wearing mom jeans and they should be at a farmer's market somewhere, you know?
Looks like a Jewish chiropractor.
And he's walking behind the wife carrying her bags as she's shopping, you know? Yes, dear. Yes,
wow.
dear.
Is he married?
I don't know.
I guess he would be married, right?
I don't know. I know he's the one that always makes those pot smoking movies and hot tub time machine movies or shit like that.
He got Kevin Smith smoking weed during the Zack and Miri Make a Porno filming. Seth Rogen, Canadian actor.
Now, he's not related to Joe Rogan, right? That's a different
Correct. Spouse, Lauren Miller, married in 2011. Upcoming movies, The Fableman.
So that means he got married at 19 if he's 39 now? No, he got married at 29.
Yeah, 2011, so
Okay.
10 years. Yeah, which is kind of weird. Wow.
Well, I hope it works out for him. I mean, I've liked his movies and stuff. I thought he was an okay guy, funny guy all the time. Here's another funny guy. This guy's kind of funny about the money, though. Gene Simmons.
We were talking about him earlier, weren't we?
That's right. That's right. We owe him some money for a joke we told now. I'm going to get an invoice in the mail, I'm sure, from Kiss Enterprises.
Right.
You know what? I have met him before. I did get... somebody gave me one of his books for Christmas one year, and then I had the opportunity. I knew I was going to meet him, so... not everybody that goes to a meet and greet type situation is able to get things signed or pictures sometimes. There's all sorts of stuff. Right. So I got this. They opened their new place a couple years ago. Him and Paul Stanley are owners of Rock and Brews, a restaurant chain. And I went to the VIP opening. It was one of 100 tickets. I was one of the 100 people that got a ticket to go to this thing. It was like a Friends and Family Day sampling. But Gene and Paul were there. And it was just 100 people. Yeah. So I go to shake Paul's hand, and Paul gives me the fist bump. He goes, "I'm not shaking your hand. I don't know where that hand's been." So I started laughing, and then I had the opportunity to meet up with Gene, and I had like a little bag with me, and I pulled out the book, and he pulled me right to the front. "Oh, come here. There's a smart young businessman right there. Come here." And signing the book, getting a picture with me, and him signing the book and everything. So he was real cool about it.
That's cool.
I did read like 1 or 2 pages of the book, so.
Well, getting books autographed. It was one day I went to Books A Million just for the heck of it. I think I was looking for a book for my wife now back probably 10 years ago, and I came across Give Me the Mic by Dee Snider. I was like, oh, cool. Let me grab this book. I go ahead and open it up, and I go, wouldn't it be funny if this thing was autographed? Inside cover, Dee Snider. Like, how do you buy a book, go to a signing, get the book signed, and then let it end up in a half-price bookstore? So,
wow,
I read it.
Did you buy it?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Yeah, I still have it. Yeah, it was all right.
How do you know it was really him signing it? How do you know he really signed it and wasn't just Joe Blow down the street going, "Yeah, watch me get an extra $2 out of this book"?
Yeah, I don't know.
They do that in all the celebrity books. They open up the inside page and scratch the signature. "Oh, look, this one's autographed. Oh my, I gotta buy it."
Right? Yeah, right. That's how they get their sales up.
So according to blabbermouth.net, Gene Simmons maintains, when he was asked the question, who killed the music business, he says the fans did. His take is that most consumers now value access over ownership and experiences over assets. This does not bode well for his business model, which is merchandising, capitalism, making sure that you're buying the product. Now he's got to adjust his business model to renting the product, and he's probably running out of time because he's in his mid-70s, isn't he?
I don't know about mid-70s, probably early 70s. Yeah, probably 72.
Smart guy, smart business guy. Made sure he retained the rights to the use of merchandising of Kiss. That's become an issue when Peter Criss left, and then when Ace was kicked out, and yeah, that was a whole big deal. But it's basically him and Paul.
Yeah. That's the machine right now is him and Paul. He talks about people downloading music and not really making any money. The artist not making any money off the music, not having the big contracts that they had back in the 70s and 80s, and it's all kind of gone away, and the music is essentially free now. So that's what he's talking about. He's not talking about that rock is dead or anything like that.
Oh yeah,
the money he makes off the rock music is dead.
Well, in his mind's eye, even as far back as 2014, this article on Blabbermouth goes on to say that he was referring to an Esquire magazine interview. He said, "Rock," this is a quote, "Rock did not die of old age. It was murdered. Some brilliance somewhere was going to be expressed, and now it won't because it's that much harder to earn a living playing and writing songs. No one will pay you to do it."
Right.
So
yeah, because essentially what like right now I'm reading the book Nothing But a Good Time, something like that. It's about 80s bands, and it's not written. It's actually interviews of all the celebrities in the rock music, glam rock or hair metal era in the 80s, and it's just little excerpts from everybody. The guys from Warrant, the guy from Great White, the Motley Crue guys. I think Kiss was even in there, but it talks about all of them, and they all talk about the deals, the record deals that they got. Good record deals, bad record deals, and things like that. And they were given good amount of money to make these records back then. And anything that was left over was basically theirs. And with the advent of download and not physically owning music, but it's out there in the interwebs. With Alexa, you can play any song you want pretty much for free or for the cost of service.
All right, so listen, I had a couple other things we're going to talk about, but I'm totally going to scrap that plan because we got about 8 minutes left here. Being you're in Tulsa, you're on the road in Tulsa here.